and I need to investigate whatever happened to him. So make sure that you stick until the end. But before we get any further into this video, if you're new to the channel and enjoy my stories, make sure that you hit that red subscribe button with the bell icon turned on, and drop a like on this video if you're a fan of Sunday. But now, let's investigate. So something very strange happened to me while I was playing Among Us. I was looking for a lobby to join and I found one by the name of Sunday. And since I watch his videos, I decided to join. He was the only player in the lobby, which I found really weird. I expected a bunch of his fans. So I said, "Hello, Sunday," and no response. Hello? Sunday wasn't moving or talking. Another player joined as well, but then he left. It was just me and Sunday, and he hasn't moved a single inch. So I said, "Alright, have a good day," and I left. I guess he didn't want to play. I had no idea what was wrong with Sunday. He wasn't talking or moving. So I left and I joined another lobby, which had more players and they seemed active. But that's when Sunday joined, which I didn't expect. I didn't even think he noticed me when I joined his lobby, and now he's here. He was once again not moving or talking. He was just completely silent, and I was expecting him to at least say hello or something, but nothing. We then started the game, and I was a crewmate and I spawned in the kitchen, and Sunday was there. The lights then turned off, which I didn't expect, so I tried to escape, but the door was closed. Seconds have passed and he still hasn't done. One day I died, almost instantly. Sunday then walked up to my body and didn't report it. All he did was stare. Several more seconds have passed and he still hasn't done anything. And a sabotage was also called, and I expected him to do something, but he just stood there. He then walked away from my body and I expected him to go fix the sabotage, but when I made my way over there, he wasn't there. I did find other crewmates that I am assuming fixed the sabotage, but Sunday was nowhere to be seen. So I began to look around the entire airship, and I did catch Gray take out Blue. My body was then reported and Gray was ejected, and Sunday was one of the players that also voted for him, so he knew. Rose was also the other imposter, so I was following them, and I just noticed that I haven't seen Sunday, but that's when I randomly found him standing there in electrical, which is one of the worst locations that you can possibly be. But then a sabotage was called and Sunday refused to fix it, which caused us the game, and we lost. What's wrong with Sunday? I then joined another lobby and Sunday was also here. He joined right after me. He was walking around the lobby in excitement, or at least that's what I think it was. And that was the first time I've seen him do that. Yeah, walking. He then randomly stood still. Might have been because I was watching him, and he didn't like it. More and more players joined and we started the game. I really enjoy playing full lobbies. You get the best experience. I was once again a crewmate with my son, and when I spawned in the cafeteria, Sunday just left for no apparent reason. The lights then turned off and I made my way over to electrical, but I just refused to enter that room. A body was then reported. Yellow said that it was Cherry, and this isn't gonna end well. They're gonna think it's me. My name is Chari. It's not me. So we all voted for Gray, and they weren't the imposter. I don't even know why they were accused. There were still two imposters, so I stuck around in the middle. But then I decided, why not enter weapons? And that's when I could hear Sunday's voice. But it sounded really creepy. It was coming from behind me. So I entered the cafeteria, and I found Sunday, but he wasn't a crewmate. It was his human form. I ran away and I couldn't believe it. Why does he look so different? His eyes were red, and he had a pickaxe. As I was making my escape, a body was reported, and I asked the crewmates, did anyone else see Sunday? And no response. I was now back in the game, but I thought Sunday left. I even looked around the cafeteria where I saw him, and not a single footprint. I didn't want to leave the crewmates, but I really don't want to be here. So I just did my task. A body was reported, and we suspected Maroon, so we ejected him. And he was the imposter. Now we only have to worry about one. I did my medbay scan and then I made my way over to security, where I was doing a wire, but then the doors around me closed, and all I could hear was Sunday. I was trying my best to ignore all the noises, and then the lights turned off and the door to electrical was closed, and the body was reported and we won. But all I could hear was Sunday's voice. He was here. I then entered another game and I was once again a crewmate. This lobby had no Sunday, the crewmate version. At least. I was making my way over to admin to do my card swipe, but I decided to do my wires instead. It was a perfect line. The lights then turned off, so I made my way over to cafeteria. And that's when Sunday appeared in front of me, in the same location that I saw him last time. He then disappeared because a body was reported. What is he doing here? And what's wrong with him? A body was reported and I asked Coral, didn't you pass me? They were the one that reported the body. Could it have been Sunday? Did he take out the crewmate? Yellow was then ejected and he was the imposter. There was now only one. I was now back in the cafeteria and the lights were off. So I went down into storage. And that's when Sunday appeared right in front of me. The lights were also flickering. And Sunday disappeared. I had a feeling that maybe he went into electrical. So I entered, but all I could see was crewmates. And the door closed right behind me. Me and the rest of the crewmates ran out of electrical, and I was gonna enter reactor and the sabotage was called. I could also hear Sunday's voice, but I was trying my best to ignore it. I went over to admin and I did my card swipe, and as I was about to leave, the doors were closed. They keep closing right behind me. I'm being trapped. Another sabotage was called, but I was just ignoring it. I had way too many tasks. After I got done with my task in navigation, the lights turned off, and I could once again hear Sunday's voice. I was getting really scared, but I had to finish my task. I'm not gonna let him stop me, but I couldn't help it. I need to turn on the lights. And we found a body. Sunday must have done it. Nobody was ejected, and when I got back in the cafeteria, the lights were still off. All I could see was darkness. I was not gonna enter electrical to avoid being next, and the door closed in storage. There was nothing behind the door. I then entered the cafeteria when the lights were off, and I found Sunday right in front of me. I left and I entered medbay. I only need to do 2 more tasks. I'm gonna be fully focused, but I don't think Sunday enjoyed that because reactor was called. So I went to go fix it, and we did. For the rest of the game, I decided to stick in security with the rest of the crewmates that were watching cameras. I don't want Sunday to get me. I could hear him, but I'm not gonna pay any attention. I have 2 crewmates protecting me in security, but then White decided to leave, and he reported a body. Tan and White were accusing one another, but I went with Tan, and he wasn't the imposter. So who could it be because White was at cameras? A sabotage was called when I spawned back in, and I could hear Sunday's voice getting louder. And when I stood still in reactor, my screen began to glitch, and Sunday appeared and took me away. Sunday had a curse, and he needs me to save him. If you would like to know what happened next, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe to So you're most likely wondering how I got into this situation. Well, it all started with him, Tricky, the clown. One of the most terrifying antagonists on Friday Night Funkin', who is now in Among Us, who is putting up the world of Among Us up in flames, and we have to stop him. But before we get any further into this video, if you're new to the channel, want to see more stories, make sure that you hit that red subscribe button with the bell icon turned on, and drop a like on